There it is. All right. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome and welcome to Sports Talk with Kamau and Felix. My counterpart and co-host is running a tad bit late today, but he'll be joining us soon. Good morning again, and thank you guys for showing up. We're going to have a great show today. Have lots of stuff to talk about, and it's a fun-filled hour. And it's getting to the point now where we busting at the seams. We're going to have to make some changes. Watch out for the new year as we look to do some new and better things with the show. And let's go ahead and get started. It's December 9th, 2023, and we are well into the holiday season. We want to kick the show by congratulating Harper Woods High School on winning the state championship. I want to say Class 4, Division 4, and also the Southfield A&T Division 1 champions over Belleville. Both those teams have a lot of Detroit ties in them. And if I'm missing a school or two, please forgive me, but those are the ones I know specifically with a lot of the Detroit ties and Detroit area accolades and people. And then a lot of those people have gone on to get great awards for the season, All-State Coach of the Year and things like that. Congratulations to all of them. Also, happy holidays. As you can see, I have my holiday-inspired shirt on with Santa making it rain with the reindeer, because that's about what we do this time of year. We spend money for the holidays. So happy holidays, whether you celebrating Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, or nothing at all. Happy holidays. So you hope you get to celebrate and go to your company outing and galas and have a good time there. But we're going to go ahead and get to the show. But of course, we want you to click like, click share, and get your friends on the phone. Call them up saying, come on, and Felix. Without Felix just for now is on there. We're going to be getting started with the topic of the week. Don't forget to get this book, Gratefulness Journey Every Day. It's a great stocking stuffer. Go ahead and go to Amazon, get your Prime account up and ready, and order the book for Christmas by that young man, Marcus Holmes, the Wiz that lives in Oz. He's controlling the things in the background for us, and we want to tell him how much we appreciate him for taking care of that. And he started the whole idea of this entire thing through the Love and Stuff Network. Sports Talk is a subsidiary of Love and Stuff, the flagship show on Tuesday nights, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, and we'll just discuss that a little bit more as we go along. Topic of the week: can or will the University of Michigan win the national championship in football? Oh, yes. It's going to be a great, great game in the Rose Bowl, Alabama versus Michigan on New Year's Day, as opposed to last year when they played on New Year's Eve. Two great games we had last year, Michigan and TCU, and Georgia and Ohio State. Both those games went well into the fourth quarter. But this year we have Alabama, Michigan, and Texas and Washington. Texas and Washington will be playing in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. Alabama and Michigan will be in Pasadena. And for the Rose Bowl, which Keith I forget Keith's last name on ABC used to call it the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. So biggest thing that stuck out for me was when they made the announcement on Sunday. Oh, there he is. There's the man. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, man. Good morning. Rough morning, man. Rough morning. I'm here, though. I'm here.
We're glad you're here. We're glad you're safe. You got a smile on your face.
Man, just hit a quick dose, man. Quick dose. I'm good. Quick dose. I'm good.
All right. The man is here. The man is here. Perfect. All right. We were just getting to we just started on the topic of the day. Can and will the University of Michigan win the national championship? And I was saying the first thing that stuck out to me was the announcement and how they had, the cameras in the room with them while they watching like the 64 like they do on the basketball. And they said Michigan versus Alabama.
Right.
Are you happy? Are you not happy? And why did they release that? Because they didn't show it on ESPN live. Somebody came back and posted that later. Why would they post that? I would not have shown that.
They you know what? You know how because you to piggyback off what you said, you know how when they do the 64 and they do show like Duke or they show and people be hyped, they be exonerated, exhilarated, man. It was like, really, that's what we got. Like they already know they ain't got a chance, man. It's over.
I wouldn't say they wouldn't have a chance. I wouldn't say that, but what I will say is they are talented enough to beat them, and because this
To beat who?
Alabama. If there was a year that Michigan would beat Alabama, it would be this year. And here's
okay. Let me ask you this. Remember the year they went to what year was that? Was that 97 they won it. So it had to be like 90. No, it had to be like 2001.
No, 2000.
So Tom Brady.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about when they went to the Sugar Bowl. I mean, they went to the Orange Bowl, and what's the name ran all over them. I know what you're talking about.
Right, and they went to Alabama. They played Alabama that year,
but
the coach wasn't Saban then. But did you really think Michigan had a chance that time?
No, that was a different era. That was a different era. I know what you're talking about. That was 2000 when Michigan played against when Alexander was the running back for
Sean Alexander, and the quarterback was Andrew Zhao. On Michigan's sideline, if the quarterback was Tom Brady, the running back was Chris Howard. Chris Howard, no. You thought they had a chance then?
No, because it was defense. Offensively, I thought they were good, but defensively, I knew that Michigan couldn't keep up with Alabama because of the speed.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Michigan won. Michigan beat them. That's what I'm saying. I didn't think Michigan was going to beat that team.
You're right. Michigan did beat them that game. I thought that Alabama was going to win because of Alexander. Alexander, I thought, was the best running back, and he got drafted by Seattle, and I was mad the Lions didn't pick him.
Nah, we didn't need him. We didn't because it wasn't. Who was the running back at the time? We had little man James Stewart out of Tennessee. So they thought he was the best thing since pants with pockets.
They should have drafted him.
No, because at that time, James Stewart was okay when he was playing for the Lions. We actually had a decent rushing attack. He wasn't all world, but he was okay.
But I think Michigan does have a chance this game, quite honestly, because I think if they control the tempo the way they want to, and just run the ball control, I think they have an opportunity.
Man, you're not about to run the ball on Alabama like Illinois and Penn State. No. And then a coworker of mine told me yesterday, and this makes perfectly good sense. They have problems with running quarterbacks. My man can't pass, but he can get the heck out of Dodge that's how they gonna beat him. And then who's on the sideline? Uncle Nick.
Now I was gonna get to that point. He has a hatred against Michigan since his Michigan State days. So I can understand why he would want to go after them. And he's played Michigan since he's been at Alabama. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think that they haven't. Okay.
Now why Uncle Nick been on the sideline?
Okay.
Nope. Well, that one year, it might have been 3 years ago. I thought they was gonna line up, and then they switched it. They ended up sending Michigan against somebody else. But I like I said, we already talked about it. I believe you. I'm gonna stand on the side of you. I ain't gonna even stand on the side of you. I'm gonna stand behind you. I believe they gonna win it, and he gonna quit. Uncle Nick gonna go out on top. That's what I believe.
There is very much a possibility, but I think Alabama has been a little bit up and down right now. They played their best game of the season, definitely against Georgia in the SEC title game to win that game. After
you don't think their best game was against Auburn?
No, against Georgia in the SEC.
No, I'm saying you don't think that you think the Auburn game that was their best game, or you
no,
say that was
they needed a last second touchdown to win that game.
But it was 4th and 30. Who gets a 4th and 30 for a touchdown?
Well, every year, every good team has to have some luck along the way. You got to have some kind of a lucky play. That's
4th and 30.
That's why I'm not saying that was their best. You had to come up with a fluke play at the end to win. Whereas against Georgia, it was from the start, all the way through.
Okay.
So big difference. So, but do I think that Michigan can win? Yes, they can. Of course, we're gonna save our predictions until the end of the year, even though you kind of already leaned into it a little bit. I think it's going to be a good game. I do already have a prediction. We're going to hold on to that. Can they win? Yes. Will they win?
No.
Maybe, maybe not. Can they? Why they can win? We kind of looked at that. Why they will win? Will they win? Let's look at a couple of reasons for Michigan why they will win. We have a senior laden team, not necessarily a lot of seniors in terms of seniors, but in terms of veteran team. You got good veteran leadership. You got Corm. You got JJ McCarthy. Even though he's a little hurt, like they've been saying, and you gotta. They do have a pretty strong defense. Their Achilles heel. Their Achilles heel is what Alabama was going to exploit. They're going to exploit those cornerbacks, those safeties. They really haven't been tested, even though they got a lot of interceptions. In my opinion, they've only gone against one really good receiver, which was Marvin Harrison. He put up numbers. Had that rush not gotten to that quarterback, to Mr. McCord, they would have won by 1 point because he was wide open on that play. Had he had a chance to step into that pass, he had that defensive back beat by 2 steps, and the safety was nowhere near over the top to help. So, but of course,
that's why they ran Mr. McCord out of Columbus.
That wasn't his fault. Go look at the right guard and that right tackle. They rushed 3 people. Why he got pressure? And they rushed 3 people.
Because he's not mobile. Because he's not athletic. That's why he got tackled.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
He's a passer.
I'm glad you brought that up. If that was CJ Stroud, would have got tackled?
Oh no. He would have felt the pressure a whole lot sooner.
Would JT Barrett got tackled?
JT Barrett would have ran people over like he was a running back.
Okay. Would Terrell Pryor would have got tackled?
Not even close.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back all the way when they won the Heisman with this guy. Would Troy Smith got tackled? You can't win with that quarterback down at Ohio State.
Now, I'm not saying those other guys wouldn't have done a better job. All I'm saying is, for his skill set,
he don't have no.
Why do you lead a running back in the chip?
He don't have no skill set.
The
reason why I said he don't have a skill set. Name the last quarterback they had like that won a Big Ten championship or Big Ten championship or contended for a national championship. There isn't one.
Herb Street.
No, there's one at the Herb Street. You know who it was? I'm gonna tell you who it was. 1997. It was Joe Germain. Joe Germain and Stanley Johnson split QB. That was the year Michigan won the national. You can't win with a quarterback like that. You need a Stanley Jackson. You need a you need a Terrell Pryor. You need a Troy Smith. That's what you need. I'm not on this campus of Columbus, but I'm about 99.9999% his phone didn't stop ringing. He was like, I'm not about to deal with this, so he got out.
Well,
now
they already got this 5-star quarterback that they've already signed. They say that's coming. African-American kid, about 6'5". I wish I could have. Some told me I should have saved it and sent it to you.
Is that the picture where he in the middle and then Ryan Day and the other guys on the side?
Yep.
Man, see, I'm not about to put all my eggs in one basket on some high school phenom. That usually don't work out.
Well, at some point, all of them were high school phenoms. They may not be automatically as a freshman, but at some point, all of them were high school phenoms.
Yeah, but at the same token, you're gonna put it. He already know coming in. That game, November 20th, means more than any other game, right? Okay, so the little home and away series for Notre Dame is over. So where's the pressure gonna come from? He ain't gonna get no pressure from State. He's not gonna get no pressure from Penn State. He's not gonna get no pressure from Wisconsin. He already got embedded in his mind. We need you to win November 20th of 2024. That's a lot of pressure for a kid coming out of high school.
Well, but that's why you play the game. That's why they practice so much. That's why they got IMG Academy for football.
That's why you go to the transfer portal.
Well,
if you go get a Bo Nix.
No, you know who I would go after?
Who?
I will go after Peyton Manning's nephew. I go down to Texas and I'll be sitting outside his door with about 25 million. And I would. Who's the next best quarterback out there that you can go get?
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix still sitting on the sideline, man, because he couldn't win the game against Washington twice. Bo Nix, even though he's 25 years old, he still ain't shown he can do anything.
See, I was trying to avoid that part.
He showed historically he couldn't get it done at Auburn. He couldn't get it. He hasn't get. He good for numbers. He's gonna put some numbers up. When it's time to win that big game, he's not winning the big game.
I go get Bo Nix. You asked me who would I go get.
You're right. I did.
You know what? I ain't even trying to be funny. I go get this guy, and I know you probably go turn me off. I go get Peyton Thorne. Anybody is better than McCord. See? Hey, look. Come on, man. Hold on. Time out. Peyton Thorne wasn't a bad quarterback. Peyton Thorne was just in the wrong system. True or false? Right. We both bleed green and white. He wasn't. Peyton Thorne was a bad quarterback. Come on, man. Give credit where credit is due.
I'm not
okay. Was he better than Noah Kim?
Yes.
Okay. Was he better than the other bum they brought in this year?
He was better.
Yes.
He was obviously better than every quarterback there because he was a 2-year starter. I'm not saying that he's not a good quarterback. I'm saying he's not a great quarterback. He went down there and he was one play away from leading Auburn over Alabama. I'm not saying he didn't do what he was supposed to do when he was down there. But the backup at Auburn is still better than him. Only reason Peyton was playing because they were paying Peyton more money, NIL money. So you got to put your money up on the table. That backup, that RPO quarterback that they got behind Peyton, watch what you see. Watch what he's going to do next year.
Oh, you talking about so Peyton Thorne is a senior?
I think he's a redshirt junior.
So you saying he gonna beat Peyton Thorne out for the starting job for Auburn?
That's my prediction right now. Book it.
Okay. Okay.
I still say he's better than Peyton Thorne. I'm not saying Peyton Thorne's not a good quarterback, and quite honestly, as much as I say that, Peyton Thorne will probably be the starter again next year, because one, he's making more money. Two, that offense does suit him better than the RPO quarterback that they have.
More money, that don't got nothing to do with it. But then, okay, who's to say Harrison leaves? He ain't said he's leaving yet. If Harrison comes back, Ohio State is off the board. That goes without mentioning. They're gonna run the table. If Marvin Harrison come back and you got the running back coming back, I don't care who you put back there. You put two dogs and a goat back there. Because at the end of the day, he don't beat Michigan this year, he can forget it. He's fired. Now, the only thing what saved him this year is because it was Kyle McCord. That was the only thing. If Kyle McCord didn't throw that pick, Ryan Day, we've been talking about who the coach for Ohio State is right now.
If Kyle McCord had 3/4 of a second more, Marvin Harrison was running through the end zone.
I don't know. He trash. I knew he was trash. The drive against Notre Dame in South Bend. I say they not. Remember, I said it before we predicted the game. I said the only thing Ohio State should beat them, I don't know, come on, because the quarterback, he trash. I knew it. It's like you date the same girl that keep cheating on you, but you like, this time I know she gonna be faithful. No, she's not. You're not.
The reason I picked Michigan was because being at home means the extra 3 to 7 points, and that was what the difference was. What 3 points?
They really not okay, but they're not that good, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what sickens me with this fan base. The week before, not this week, but the prior show, we didn't get no Michigan nothing. Soon as they win, all you see on social media, us against them. And where was y'all at before the game? That's why I can't stand it. I thought the Cowboys fan base was the worst. They overtake.
Nah, I would say the worst fan base is either Duke or Yankees, but that's another story for another day.
No, Duke is you can't argue with greatness. I'm a dookie till I leave here.
Now,
You can't argue with greatness.
Now, I'm not saying that they're not great. I'm just saying the arrogance behind it. That's all I'm saying. Do I love Krzyzewski? I love Krzyzewski.
They win.
I'm not saying that they don't. So, when you win, you can talk junk. And, when you get your team get tired of going 1 for 35 in games against them, 2 for 36 or whatever it is that we are, you get teased a lot by your Duke friends.
I mean, look at all the talent that come out of there.
I agree.
You see Tatum, Brandon Ingram, Zion, one of the best point guards that ever played the game, Bobby Hurley, Grant. Man, the list go on and on.
I can't disagree with that. We got to move forward, sir. Don't forget, once again, click like, click share. Don't forget to call your people on the phone. Call them up, let them know. Kamau and Felix is back. It's our bi-weekly show. We are moving forward from our original topic. We're going into the NFL, going right to the Lions, which are 9-3. And tomorrow they go to Chicago. And Chicago, we play against Justin Fields in the cold. Tomorrow they're looking at a high of 36. It doesn't look like there's going to be any kind of precipitation, but the Lions are an indoor team. So this to me, this is going to be a little bit of trouble going down there, but they keep saying Lions have trouble against running quarterbacks, mobile quarterbacks, but they've still kept, even though Justin Fields have put up some phenomenal numbers, he hasn't put up a dub on the board. Do you think that's going to change this time? Of course, you got on the Chicago jersey, so come on with it.
I did this for the memory of Walter, Mr. Sweetness. Okay, look, I was looking at it yesterday, and when you text me and you was like, we was going over the show or whatever, I looked at it yesterday. Do you realize this gonna play so perfect? This will be the perfect Christmas gift. Do you realize they're 9-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
5 games to go. They drop all 5 of them games. Guess what their record is? 9-8.
What I said.
Who said 9-8?
Me. I said 9-8. I think we both said 9-8.
This guy.
Yeah.
So then I said, if they lose, I know if they lose. When they lose to Chicago, all right, that's 9-4. You come home to Denver, that's 9-5. You go to Minnesota, that's 9-6. You go to the Dallas, Jerry's World, that's 9-7. And you come home and lose to Minnesota, that's 9-8. This guy.
It's very possible that they could lose the next 5 games and be the number 6 team in the playoff, or the 17 and fall out. It is very, very, very possible. But right now they do have a 3-game lead over the Vikings, who has the backup quarterback. He's literally Mr. Dobbs. He's literally a rocket scientist and an astronaut.
But Jefferson come back.
So you think
get him back?
They're gonna play Jefferson over Dobbs? You think so?
No. The receiver. Jefferson.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Right. So that's just gonna up them up now. And their schedule is trash. They don't play nobody. But the Lions twice. Yep. They don't play nobody.
So right now they're in second place. They have a good right now. If you look at the breakdown, they have a good chance of making the playoffs. They have them in the third panel, which is with them being close to making it. So we gonna see what happens. But also we got Green Bay picking up steam. Green Bay.
You did say that. You did say Green Bay. Yes,
Green Bay has been picking it up. I said they were going to come in second. No, I said they were going to win the division in the beginning.
Yeah, you said they were going to win the division. Yeah.
I thought that they would. The quarterback would have played early like he's playing now, and because you got a good coach over there. The coach who's also the offensive coordinator.
That LaFleur trash, man.
Well, at the very least, he's one of the better coordinators in the league. Better offensive coordinator.
Matt LaFleur?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He can dial up some offense. And now that Mr. Love has started to step up and play with the way I thought he was going to play, I think they're going to make a good run towards the end. It's going to be an interesting division. We're going to have an old school black and blue North Division ending like we had in the past in the 80s when we had Tampa Bay in the division. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. But would a real Justin Fields please stand up? It's something about that kid that just off about me. He's the grateful. He just needs to keep his helmet on. As long as he keep his helmet on, he all right. The minute he take his helmet off and he get on the sideline, start making the faces, I just say, I thought as an offensive lineman, former offensive lineman, I don't know if I could block for him. I don't know what it is about that kid. It's something about the way he carries himself, his body language. I would do my job because it's my job, but you want to be motivated to go out and play well for your quarterback as a lineman. Something about him, it just the way he look, it's something strange. I ain't quite figured it out yet. I ain't quite put my finger on it. But can he ball? Yes. Has he shown it consistently? No. And just like in a lot of ways, he remind me of the kid in Arizona. But the kid in Arizona is obviously a little bit better. But Justin Fields, is he in the wrong place? Is he in the wrong system? I don't know. But
so you mean, so you referring to the quarterback from the car? Okay, you talking about? Okay, so are you saying like he there but he's not there? Is that what it is?
Yes.
So you saying it's like he tuned in but he not tuned in?
Yes.
Is that what?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You know what? Okay, the game here that they lost, I think. Okay, remember he scrambled for like 20-some yards, and then he got up and started doing the little dance. I think that's where some of the maturity hasn't came yet. Like the game wasn't over, but you was like, okay, we about to go ahead and win. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, then the last drive, remember, they had a chance to win until the fumble, and then my man ended up kicking it out the end zone.
Right.
So I say that to say this. I can kind of agree with you on some of it, but then some of it I'm like, well, maybe he just don't want to be there and he just don't want to say it. Because then it'd be like, oh, he gave up on us, right? Nobody wants to be the guy who quits, right? But if I can kind of digress and say, yeah, I do, because I do see flashes. It's like he there, but then you be like, dog, what? Like, go to a commercial. What's wrong with? I don't know. Maybe it could be the lack of hits. Maybe that's starting to mount up. And it's like, do I really want to do this anymore? Because running quarterbacks, you can ask Cam Newton. They don't last too long in the NFL because they're not protecting them no more. If you're going to run out there like you a fullback or a tight end, in order to give pain, you got to be able to take pain. And most of them aren't able to take pain. So
Well, we'll see. We shall see tomorrow. They play at high noon, with my time anyway, 1 o'clock. It's the Fox game of the week. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Also, last time we talked about who will be the next coach to be fired, I had Dabo, Staley, and Vrabel, but to my surprise, Frank Reich went down in Carolina. So right now we still got Dabo, Staley, and Vrabel on the hot seat, and maybe somebody else I didn't think again that'll go down next time. All right, don't forget, click like, click share, get the book. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. The kids like the gifts. Adults do too. You have your office parties. You have your white elephant gifts. Get this book and give it as a white elephant gift. Let somebody know that you care about them and that they want them to get their gratefulness together and get their journey together in their life. Get the book. Get a stocking stuffer. Put it up in the stockings over the top of the mantle on your house. There you go. Just scan the code right there. Get the book. It'll change your life. It'll turn things around. Absolutely. All right, go leave that up for a few minutes. So we're going to go ahead and jump into college football. We're going to give people a chance to get to their phones. We're going to get into the college football. Of course, we got to talk about the college football playoff debacle of sorts. What was your Final Four again, sir?
Oh, I don't know. What was
Okay, last week, before they even made the announcement, what was your guess? What was your guess as you thought the 4 teams would have been?
Let me see. I don't know. That's a good question.
All right. I thought it was going to be Michigan 1, Washington 2.
Okay.
I thought it would have been Florida State at 3 and number 4, Georgia. I thought a number 1 team would not have fallen so far after being number 1 all year long. To me, that would have satisfied having an SEC team as well as having the other 3 teams that were undefeated.
Okay.
So then we turn around. Now we have Michigan, Washington, Texas, Bama. Everybody's still upset they got Bama in there. I was initially I was like Bama over Georgia, but they actually won the conference championship by winning the game.
Right.
They won the
You got to win your conference. That's what it's about, winning your conference. Right.
And so so I guess they figure we can't put Bama in without putting Texas in because Texas beat Bama. Honestly, to me at this point, I think Texas is probably playing the best out of everybody right now. After last week when they jumped on Oklahoma State, that game was over. That game was over pretty much right after the coin flip.
Alabama playing the best. Everybody wrote Alabama off after they lost to Texas, right?
Yeah,
you lost two Texas. You lost two Texas in Bryant-Denny Stadium at home. Everybody wrote Texas. Everybody wrote Alabama off. Then you came back, as you said earlier in the show, with the miraculous play at 4th and 30, and you beat Auburn. Then you just said, to piggyback off what you said prior to that or after that, they went and you smacked up the defending national champs. Now, who got the raw shake of the deal? Florida State. But it's called karma. See, people don't understand. You don't know when it's coming back. You don't know how it's coming back. But it came back.
They got somebody out. What year was it?
That was 1993. Florida State lost to Notre Dame at Notre Dame, 31-24. The following week, Notre Dame lost to Boston College, 41-38. Florida State goes to the Orange Bowl. They beat Nebraska 18-16. Notre Dame goes to the Cotton Bowl. They beat Texas A&M 10-6. You get a national championship to Florida State. How? When Notre Dame beat them.
Mm-hmm.
See, 30 years later, now you done got raw stick. Now you want to get mad. No, it don't work like that. It's called karma.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That was the breakdown I was bringing. There it is right there. So,
if anything, back in 30 years ago, 1993, you could have shared it. You had the coaches poll and you had the USA Today poll. You could have put Florida State in one, and you could have put Notre Dame in two.
They shared
They
it
did it in
1990.
1990, the University of Colorado was 10-0-1. They beat Notre Dame in the Orange Bowl 10-9.
Mm-hmm.
The same year, Georgia Tech beat Nebraska in the Citrus Bowl. Georgia Tech was in the coaches poll. Notre Dame was in the USA Today poll. Colorado. They split the national championship. This next same year, guess who the Lions hired? Bobby Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what happened? Barry Sanders retired. I told you, man, I got it all up here.
Now, was 1990? Was that the fifth down game?
No, that was Missouri and Colorado.
Was that 1990?
Missouri and Nebraska. That was Missouri and Nebraska, the 97 year when Nebraska won in one poll and Michigan won in another poll. Right. And they ended up splitting the national championship. Because you want to know why? Tom Osborne announced he was going to retire. That's why they gave a championship to Nebraska. Yep. Michigan, Mr. Moeller, not Gary Moeller, what was the other guy named? Lloyd Carr. They were scared to play Nebraska. But
that was also back in the day where they didn't. You had to go to your conference bowl game. You had to go to the Rose Bowl. You had to go to the bowl.
They could have lined that up. If they wanted to line it up, they could have. They didn't want to play Nebraska.
It would have been a lot of controversy, but it would have happened. It would have been. They could have played in something like the Orange Bowl or something like that. It could have happened.
Yeah, Scott Frost. Yeah, Amon Green. Mm-hmm. You had all them. Wiggle. What was his name? Derek Wiggle. I can't remember his name. They averaged 600 on the ground rushing. They would have destroyed Michigan. That's why Michigan didn't want to play them.
That would have been one great game, one serious game. All righty, we got rumors starting up again with Florida State. They say they're gonna come back to the big day. Originally, they were supposed to be a part of that package with the Pac-10. It was gonna be them and Clemson were gonna go to the Big Ten. Now they're saying upwards of UNC, Florida, UNC, Clemson, Miami, Virginia, and they kind of throwing in Notre Dame too. I don't know why Notre Dame would ever give up that beautiful contract with NBC. Why would they do that? I don't know.
They won't.
And you still got a good gentleman's agreement with the ACC for the rest of your conference teams. Why would you give that up? I don't see in Notre Dame moving. People say, well, it's for the money. Well, yeah, they're making good money, and they don't have to share it.
Yeah.
So why would
Absolutely.
you give that up? So
right.
they're talking about making lots of changes. And Miami was originally one of the teams that they rumored that was going to come. And also we got the portal hopping. We talked about it earlier. Kyle McCord is leaving. They're saying that Kyle McCord was left because he was not getting a guarantee from his coach that he was going to be the man next year. I don't see where anybody would do that. I don't know. I don't care what team you're on. We always have the right to get better. I had an athletic director tell me when I was a volleyball coach at the school that, hey, you're here now, but we reserve the right to get better. So if there's a better coach that wants to come play here, we would open up the job again, and they could possibly bump you out. And I was like, oh, really? You know what I did? Boop. So just like he did, he left. I left. Well, if there's somebody else better out there, let's give him an opportunity. So I can understand Kyle McCord wanting to do that.
Right. Wait, man. Wait. You didn't bet on yourself?
I did. I went to the other school and won championships. That was my bet.
Oh, so, okay, wait. No, you didn't give them a chance to go see if they could find somebody better, and then you could laugh back in their face?
I did.
No, okay. Okay, you left.
Yes.
They say, okay, you here for right now. But if Mr. Holmes comes and Mr. Holmes is better than you, he can boot you out. So what I'm saying is, you didn't give them a chance to see if I would have been better than you. That's what I'm saying.
I was there every day. I built the program. We were on track, even though the wins and losses weren't there yet. We were on track.
Okay.
And
okay,
you want to get better? Okay, well, let me give you a chance. What did JC tell what's the name? Build another one.
Oh yeah, make another hole, right? Make another hole, right?
So that was my way of saying I understand why Mr. McCord left, but now, especially now that I'm more on the management side, you do want to reserve the right to get better, and I get that. So you got to respect this. The coach saying yes, we're looking. If someone is out there and wants to come, they may come get your spot, like on the 5 Heartbeats. But that's life, because we're always looking to get better. Because if not, they're gonna get rid of him as the coach. He can't hamstring himself to anybody and hold him back, and they don't win and beat Michigan again. He's gonna be up out of there.
Okay, so the commit that Deion had, he was like a 5-star, the quarterback. He decommitted, right? So if he's not going to open it up for me to take Shador's spot, that's what I'm saying. Like, it should be open all around the board. I get that that's your son, right? But if this dude come in and he got, okay, Shador is athletic, whatever. But what if this guy is just that step above Shador? Is Deion still going to favor Shador over my man?
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Is that fair or is that right?
In that kid's case, I would. If I'm him, I'm going to Colorado. Here's why: Shador banged up. For one, 2.
Correct.
Next year's gonna be his last year. But the biggest reason if I'm him, that I wouldn't come after Shador leaves and after Shiloh leaves, Deion might be gone. And am I gonna follow him once he move again, like number 12 did?
Hunter.
So that would be my reason. If it's just for competition and play and go play, to be with your number one coach, I'm going. But the reality is, after this year, there's going to be some teams that's going to be more than willing to pay Colorado off to come get Deion. If Texas A&M can pay all that money to get rid of a coach and then hire another coach, there's other teams out there that will do that.
Yeah, but this okay. Did he really? Okay. Yeah, he won more games than the year. Okay, so they finished 4-8, right? They went 4-12. They out of 12 games, he won 4.
Yeah.
So he won 3 more than the prior coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the sky for the limit this coming year? 8-4? Because that ain't gonna happen. 6-6? That ain't gonna happen. Okay, yeah, you hired Warren Sapp. Yeah, you hired a bunch of NFL former players and all that. They're not playing. All they're doing is coaching. So what I'm saying is, if you went 4-8, what's the upside to 4-8? 6-6? You still ain't getting a bowl. 5 and
Well,
7.
at 6
you're
and
not
6,
going bowl.
you have the opportunity to go to the bowl. You have to have at least 6 wins to go to a bowl game.
Right, but you just said Shador is banged up. To what extent, we don't know. Hunter banged up. Shiloh banged up. Everybody get banged up in a 12-game season.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Their schedule is probably going to be that much little. It's going to probably come down.
A little bit.
What I'm saying is, right, it's probably going to come down. But out of that 12, that 4 and 8, what do you think they're 5 and 7? Maybe 6 and 6?
Because they're still in a tough league.
Right.
They're back. They're back. No, they're in the Big 12 now. And with Texas leaving, let's see, they're still in a tough league. They're gonna have TCU still every year, but we'll see.
TCU, you got Kansas, you got Kansas State, you got Oklahoma, you got Oklahoma State. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. What do you build on from 4 and 8?
That's a whole topic in itself. That's a whole topic. Now, I honestly do. I think they can get this 500 above next year. Yes, I do. If it's not the skill position, you got to get some linemen in there. You got to get some linemen there. The defensive linemen weren't that bad. The linebackers weren't that bad. Of course, the cornerbacks weren't so bad. But that offensive lineman, in a lot of ways, is what failed them down the road. All right, we're gonna make sure we say good morning to Automobile Observer. They're coming in from YouTube. Good morning to you. Say good morning, fellas. Want to make sure we say good morning to Miss Valencia, Darren Williams, Antoine Peake, Christopher Bryant, Jeremy Haynes. Good morning, and contributing to the show and Super Michigan fan Darren Christian Neely. What's a trip? Is there at 42 available bowls, 84 teams playing? Man, that's crazy. How can any Power 5 coach make 7 figures not get their team into one? You'd be surprised, man. That's why they fire them left and right. They get hired to get fired. They eating popcorn one day and they spitting out the seed the next. So is it happen? You know, it happens all the time. But I agree with you, Mr. Neely. All right, we really quickly we're gonna jump into this Heisman thing tonight. We got Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Penix Jr., Bo Nix, and Jaden Daniels at LSU. Right now, Jaden Daniels is the prohibitive favorite. Well, I think we got another C.J. Stroud situation. Last year, C.J. Stroud, in my opinion, should have won it, but they gave it to Caleb Williams. I think that Michael Penix should be the winner, but they've talked about Jaden Daniels so much that it's almost like a foregone conclusion that's who's going to get it. Michael Penix has shown it on the field with his play, with his numbers, with his wins. Daniels, I'm not saying he hasn't done well. He's put up a lot of numbers, but where is he? Is he on his way to a Final Four football game? To that answer, I would say no. In the big games, was he there? Did he lead his team into to where he should have been? I would have to say no to that. What's your thoughts, sir?
I'm going to still stay with my pick. I'm going with Marvin Harrison. I'm still going with him.
Okay.
I mean, both. Okay. If we go on record-wise, then yeah, Penix should get it because he undefeated, right?
Right.
If we go on the best player, it should be Michael Penix, right? But as far as athletic, skill-wise, I'm going with Maserati. That's what I'm going with.
I'm gonna make a quick. I don't like the fact that what's the name gave him that nickname. What's the announcer? He gave him that nickname for Fox. The guy that's from Detroit. You
talking about Gus?
Gus Johnson, to me, should not have put that label on him because he understands the true connotation from Maserati Marv from Maserati Rick being a Detroiter. I think that was wrong for him to put that on him, but that's my own little side comment. But I'm not saying that Marvin Harrison.
He did the same thing with Blake Corum, though. He called him Blake the Great.
Blake the Great. No, that's different. That's different. But he called him Jay-Z. Blake the Great. Okay, what drug dealer was the Great?
It's a lot of them. Tony Montana.
What drug dealer they made him?
Frank White. Frank Lucas. No, I'm just saying. We at the end of the day, I get what you're saying, but we don't know if Maserati Marv was a correlation to what he's saying was Maserati Rick. We don't know that.
I'm just saying, as a Detroiter, Gus knew better than to put that name on
this dude. Gus Johnson went to UAD, man. Let's be for real.
He went to UAD. Illinois, so you know what it is.
He went to UD.
UD High School?
I got a couple of friends. I got a couple of cats that I know personally.
He went to UD Jesuit or UD?
He went to UD Jesuit.
Okay.
That is currently located on 7 Mile and Roseline.
Roseline, right.
When I hear UD Jesuit, would I be scared of somebody who went to UD Jesuit versus somebody that went to Persian or somebody that went to Cooley or somebody that went to Ford? Come on, man. What we doing? What we doing now? That's why you laughing. That's right. What we doing? It's some cat. Don't get me wrong. It's some cats that went to. I know some personal cats that went to UD, and I was like, wow, okay. I know. Yes, they can throw those hands, absolutely. But the most typical cat that go to UD Jesuit, really? No. I don't think he meant it in that type of correlation. But to Gus Johnson's comment, only Gus Johnson can tell us what he meant. I don't think he was doing it. Because like I said, I watched that game too, and he also said Blake the Great. And I'm like, what?
And JJ McSizzle.
Yeah, and if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Right.
All right, let's go ahead and get real quick.
Get you some water, man. Get you some water. Yeah, I get you some vape too, man.
We got to jump to the NBA real quick. Pistons 2-20, lost 19 straight, lost every game in November. If I'm the NBA, I come in and I take over the front office. I come in, I would just show up like they do at the bank when they kick everybody out of the bank. I would come in and just walk everybody about that front office and say, "Hey, y'all are making us look too bad here." I would do that. Darian said that he first started calling Marvelous Marvin Harrison. I like that better from the scene. Marvelous Marvin. You know.
Spider, the boxer.
Marvelous Marvin Hagler, or like Marvelous Marv from the scene. So I like that better. Probably was looking for something a little bit more spectacular. I like that better. But let's jump into that. We got the in-season tournament. We got the Pacers and the Lakers tonight in Vegas. We're gonna get our predictions together on that. I like that the kid is playing his behind off in Indiana, putting up. He's averaging what 45, 50, something like that over the last couple games.
Talking about what is it? Hollerton? Yeah.
He shooting the jump shots. So the funny looking set shot that it's a funny looking. It looks good, but it goes in.
Okay, but Reggie shot like that too, right? Reggie Miller.
No, it was. They both had funny looking shots. Don't get me wrong.
Okay,
but maybe I'm not used to seeing it just yet. I saw that from Reggie for 20 years, so maybe he's only in his second or third year. So give me a few years to catch up on him.
Okay, what about Dale Ellis from way back here?
Well, not only Dale Ellis shot like that, but Microwave shot like that too. That was over the top.
Okay.
That's how I learned as a kid, was to come up over the top so nobody wouldn't block my shot. Because of course, when you're younger, you play against older guys. That's how you got that's how you got your shot up, so they wouldn't block it.
Okay, I do have a question. So they're 2-20. They the only team that got 2 wins?
No, there are 2 other teams that have 3 wins, which are the Spurs and the Washington Wizards.
They got 2 wins?
They have 2 wins.
So it's a possibility they can end 2023 with 2 wins?
It's a possibility. Very much so.
To be honest with you, I caught highlights of the Magic game last night. It's like they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being, from what I'm looking at, it's like, okay.
Yep.
Like Isaiah Stewart hit that first 3, and it was like, okay. And then after that, it was like the air went out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
Yep. See, you saw what I saw when they came and played against Dallas. That's why I'm not spending the money when they come in January to go see them boys. I'm not spending my money this time. They go see them. But I'm close on the Red Wings on Monday. I'm close to getting to that one. And of course, I already got the Dallas. So we're going to talk about that later on this month for our next show. Mark Cuban selling his majority stake in the Mavs. But he's still going to hold control of interest. I wonder what's really behind that. I know
maybe he's just tired.
Deal. He made a ton of money, so I can understand that part of it. But what is he trying to do something different? Because I know he talked about running for office and different president, but you can't be majority owner and stuff like that, because that's what George Bush II had to do before he could run. So before he ran for the governor of Texas. So is there a bigger plan in place? I'm looking at. All right, let's see here. We run a little bit behind. We gonna get into. We normally look at Zion, Jordan Poole, Cunningham. We're gonna add Holmgren and Wembanyama, but we'll talk about them next time. I gotta say this. You're right, Christian. Best he came up was the Cardi boys and the turnover bus. I didn't like that either. Why? Because of the connotation behind that. I know too many people that got themselves hurt real bad and killed over some dang on Cardis. So for them to want to have that as a part of the defense, to me that's a negative. I know it's a tough thing, it's a Detroit thing, but I'm all about saving them young kids' lives.
Ain't that the same thing as with Miami with the turnover chain?
Well, I don't know the connotation behind that. You could be right. In Miami, they could be. I'm pretty sure there's some people got themselves hurt over them Cuban links too in Miami. But I just know our area. In our area, a lot of people if I could see if they put like this, if they put some Jordans on their feet on the sideline, I would say the same thing. How many people we know got hurt over some Jordans unnecessarily? How many people we got hurt over some over them busts, and then go steal beat somebody down, take their bus, go get them dipped, so they won't. So then they can change the color on them, so they won't know where they are. So that I did have a problem with that. But was it cool? Is it cool that they take the picture? Yes, it's beautiful. But the connotation behind that, to me, sometimes you gotta be above that. You gotta be above that. Okay. All right, let's jump into women's sports. We don't want to miss out on them. Angel Reese is back. Is everything all good? What you think?
For now.
They all good now?
For now.
South Carolina, they still doing their thing at 8-0.
Yep.
And I just know that you can see the coach. She got them focused.
Yeah, Don got them. Yeah. I thought they took a step back. I really did.
I had a feeling by the look on her face at the end of that last game when they lost that she was on the mission. She was definitely on the mission. So for them to be where they are, I'm not surprised. We got Iowa at 9-1. She just closed. Clark just passed 3,000 points. First division player in D1 to have 3,000 points, 750 rebounds, 750 assists. And the UConn women's girls are at 5-3, the lowest in 17 years. And people starting to worry, but they injured. So he already has a short bench. He's already only playing 7 and 8, and his best two players are out. So they're in a position where they're not used to being in. So it catches everybody. At some point, everybody's gonna have a year like this, and this is their year. And so of course, I wish them the best. I haven't always been the biggest fan of UConn and the coach, but you can't be mad with consistency and winning. Like you said about Duke, he do it every year. So you can't be mad at that. No. All righty. We're gonna take a quick pause for the calls as we try to end with some stupid sports news. All right, we're gonna jump right in it. Bobby Petrino is back at Arkansas. This great head coach, left because he was having an affair with a staffer and doing all kinds of stuff behind the scenes, and they fired him. Now he's back as the offensive coordinator. You can't make this up. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, wait a minute, didn't they already fire him? Why would they bring him back? But at the end of the day, it's about winning. Yes. Arkansas has had a lot of talent over the last 10 years. They brought John L. Smith in, and he screwed that team up. They had a national championship team, and they brought in John L. Smith. After he left, John L. Smith was the one who took over that team and turned that team upside down. They had the quarterback who transferred from Michigan, took over down there. Right. So I can see why. They we need some of that winning Petrino back. We need that.
Yeah.
We need that Petrino back. So I can understand that. But hey, at least in the SEC, hey, we're going to do it and we don't care. So what? They going for it.
I mean, yeah, you hit it in a nutshell. Basically, yeah. Hey, we fired him for this, and now we're gonna bring him back because we need him for this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't even hide it. It wasn't even it was just we doing it. There it is. Yeah. Next, we got Deontay Johnson, receiver for the Steelers. Took a whole playoff and let them pick up the fumble. He walked away like, ain't got nothing to do with me.
Absolutely.
He just looked at it and walked away from the play.
Well, they said he was mad because of the play prior to that.
Because he dropped the ball.
Right. So,
it wasn't like they didn't throw him the ball. He dropped the ball. How you gonna be so mad at yourself that you're gonna act like a child?
Absolutely.
I can tell you, the coach down there has the patience of a saint. He dealt with AB.
Man, I'm not a Mike Tomlin fan, man. I'm glad when he going to.
Had he came to the sideline, I'd have met him on the sideline with a smile. Hey, kid, you going with that equipment manager? Go take my uniform off. We gonna put you in the Uber. You going straight to the airport. If I'd have did that, it'd have been halftime. I'd have been like, I told the equipment kid, give me his helmet. I'm like, yeah, this belongs to me now. I said that in front of the whole team. That'd have been the beginning of my speech at halftime. See this? This is what you do. You get them out of here. You just go. You take your stuff. You get on up out of here. I got Uber already waiting on you. We gonna put you on the plane. You're not riding on the team plane back. We gonna send you your last check. I said that in front of everybody. Ain't no way a professional does stuff like that. And he's still on the team.
Yeah, he's still on the team.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
He on the team because we, as fans and everybody else, wants him going. He'd probably be released at the end of the year, but no, they're not gonna do it right now.
My grandma said you get wore out where you show out. So he'd showed out on the field. He'd got to the sideline. It's time for you to go, my brother. All right, we got another craziness. Ime Udoka and LeBron argue on the sideline. Bron gets attacked. Udoka gets teed up, and he's gone because that's his second tech in the game. Why are coaches and players arguing on the sideline like that?
Well, they got history. Udoka used to play for the Spurs.
Yes.
So he had his run-ins with LeBron when LeBron first came in the league with Cleveland. There was no respect then. Now it's just a coach player now, or vice versa. No, they don't. No. He won't be on LeBron Christmas list. He won't be on Udoka Christmas. No, they don't. I'm
trying to get the audio. I've been trying to find the audio. I know somebody got that audio. I want to.
You just gotta when you get a chance, Google it and it'll bring up on YouTube. Okay. And LeBron said, "Don't use that word loosely." He said, "I'm not using the word towards you. I'm saying stop crying that word. Stop crying like and that's how it started." But they never liked each other. They never liked because a lot of people look. Yes, he has surpassed. Yes, he's the NBA leading scorer with points. It's a lot of people in the NBA, the National Basketball Association, that do not like this guy and will be glad when he's gone. I'm not in the NBA, and I don't like him. He cried too much. Everything has to be about him. Dude, it's 32 teams in the NBA. It's 82 games in the season. He already said, because his son, and I'm glad his son, beat that ordeal with the cardiac arrest and all. I'm glad, that the Lord put his hands on him and he healed him and everything. If that championship game was tomorrow, because his son debuts for USC tomorrow, he wasn't going to play.
I had a problem with that. I had a problem when he said he already told the guys, I'm going to go see Bronny. I told the team, I got a problem with that. No. I understand family first. I get it. But this is what you've been doing your whole life, and they know what you do. That's videos are there. It's not gonna be. It's gonna. Your schedule gonna match up at some point where you can check him out. Where USC is in town and the Lakers are in town, and you got a day off. That's when you go. Right. To me, that tells your whole team and organization, bump y'all. That I had a problem with that. And
at the end of the day, I'm
a LeBron fan, but that ain't right.
But you just said it. You just said you understand he a father first, right? Before he's a professional basketball player. That's what you just said.
That bothers me. That really, to this, when he said that really bothered me. All right.
Yeah, I see.
Speaking of the tournament, what's with those weird courts? The court. If you look at the courts for the tournament, you got the championship trophy in the middle. You got the championship trophies connected to the free throw line. I know that was the intent, but it looked like they playing backgammon. It don't look like an NBA court. If you look at it looked like you sliding the backgammon back across the court, and they got that weird gray background. Why would they do that? It just looks crazy.
The same reason I was watching Above the Rim, and I watched number 42 grab the rebound and throw the ball down to number 42, and he dunked out. Google that part in the movie. I said, all this movie's like 20-something years old, and I never even paid attention to that.
So I would agree that's about the same.
I said,
all right.
Dog, he just caught the rebound and threw it down to himself.
And he playing in corduroys. All right. And we got Barkley talking about Zion. He say, why is Zion the third best player on this team and he the number one pick? And normally you get Barkley make cracks on people, but Shaq was in the background. Yep, that's right. When I heard Shaq in the background back him up, I was like, ooh, they about to be on Zion.
Well, who is the two players that's better than him? Brandon Ingram and McCollum.
Yep.
Okay.
He said he's the third option. And then they just floated a story yesterday that New Orleans is upset with his eating habits again. They need him to get in better shape. That's been no secret.
Hey,
that's been no secret. To me, I think he's doing good.
So you really think he's gonna go to White Castle and get 4 cheeseburgers?
Yes, that's what he eating. That's dinner. But instead of going to White Castles, he's going to Cafe Du Monde and getting him some with some things with the powder on them. He getting a dozen of them before and after the game.
Oh, you talking about the little donut things? Okay,
the little donut types. Yes, he eating them. He dunking them in the coffee. That's what he do. And Aaron Rodgers says he's coming back. I am healed from my Achilles injury, tear, and all that. I'm coming back. He's a mainstay in Stupid Sports News.
He only did that because what's the name did it, and he came back the same year he tore his. Suggs. Remember Suggs for Baltimore? He tore his in January, and he came back for the playoffs. Man, go on somewhere, man. I'm tired of him too. Like, go sit down somewhere.
All right, we're going to round the corner. We can close. Next show is December 23rd. Of course, we got to quickly talk about the Red Wings, 14-7-4 in third place, 4 points behind the Bruins in the Atlantic. And they're going to be making a trip here to Dallas on Monday. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to make the trip down to the AAC to see them. That's the only team I have not seen, and excluding the Lions, which I'll see at the end of the month here in town since I've been here. I'm excited. I don't know. We're gonna see. If I do, I'll go live and make a report on the page.
Right.
We got baseball winter meetings. They got normal trades going. Nothing really, really big. Everybody's waiting on Ohtani to make a decision, so all the rest of the things can fall into place. All right, it's prediction time. Lions and Bears tomorrow. Who you got?
Chicago, 21-17.
I also have the Bears, 29-19.
Here you go, man. 29. How will they get 29? How? How would they?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Safety. They go for 2.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right. Who you got for your Heisman winner tonight? You already said Harrison.
Man, Maserati.
You got Harrison. All right. I have Penix to win it. Who should win is Penix. Who's going to win it is Daniels. Okay. I'm hoping that. I'm still hoping that Penix win it because he's shown to me. He has shown to be the best player in college football, other than the tight end for Georgia, and they didn't even invite him. I know he got hurt. I know he got hurt down the stretch. All right. We got the championship game. Pacers and Lakers. Mr. Halliburton going to be the MVP either way. Who you got? Who you got to win?
At the Lakers, 107-104. The Pacers 98.
Okay. I got the Lake Show as well. I'm going to go 85-89. 85-89.
This guy in these nines, man. What is you over there? Nothing.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. Please be safe out there. We did go over just a little bit. We got to run our miles a little bit much. That just lets us know that we are expanding our hour. And for the new year, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm trying to figure out how to get us going live on More Than Just a Five. I'm getting close to getting this on TikTok and on Instagram. If I can figure out how to match everything up, and I got to pay a little bit more money, that's all right. But we're going to be on 7. We're going to be broadcasting over 7 platforms coming to you guys. And have a great day. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir, for another great show. Be safe out there and happy holidays.